When we talk about Apostle Makhado, we just talk about a son of the soil, an ordinary boy who grew up in South Africa. I grew up from a Christian family. Both my parents are pastors, but when I grew up, my father has been in the ministry full time. My mother, she was working by then, working in a local shop. Now, growing up in that context, I had to stay with my grandmother because of finances were not okay. You remember during those times when people were giving offering as a pastor, they will use as a side plate, a small side plate.
A saucer.
Yeah, a saucer. Yeah, just like
and
this.
They drop some coins.
And they drop some coins.
It's interesting to see how the offering plate has grown. From a saucer, I went to one church, they black buckets.
They bring buckets.
You know, the ones for rubbish?
Yeah.
Those black ones.
Really?
Yes, the real big one. And it was full.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's the background. So I had to stay with my grandmother, and my grandmother, she was a prophetess. She was attending an African indigenous churches, the Postola, you know this one, the blue and white. So
yes,
the
clappy.
Yeah, the clappy.
Yeah.
Yes. So as I was a young boy, I could see people flocking into my grandmother's house for consultation. People will come for spiritual bath. People will come for prophecy. We attended all-night prayers where the spirit will move. People will fall down. So I grew up in that context, and I remember I said to my mother one day, I said, you know what, I saw people coming, and my grandmother was holding a chicken, and they slaughtered the blood of the chicken, mix it with the water, so people were bathing. So I was asking my mother, when is she coming to take a bath like that? So my mother
asking your mother now?
Yeah, I did not know.
Mama, what? Hey.
Yes.
We don't go to GoPro.
He said, no. So that's what made my parents to say, no, you know what, this young man has to come and
getting contaminated.
He's getting confused. Yeah. So I had to relocate, stay with them, readjust, go to Sunday school, carry a Bible, put on a tie. You know, a pastor's kid, they will put a tie at a very small age.
And a long jacket.
And a big Bible.
By the way, I grew up like that also.
Don't say, Bishop.
My father used to take me and put me on a table to recite memory verses.
Yes,
so
with a tie.
With a tie.
And a long jacket.
He would borrow me his tie.
Yes.
And a long jacket, then they would fold it like this, then they put me on a chair, and I would start reciting. Maybe that's how I started to become a pastor also.
Yeah.
At a very early age.
Yes. So, as I was growing up there, people will call me small pastor because of the influence of the family. You know, family influence is very important. How you see your father praying. I remember the other night, it was an all-night prayer. My mother, she was kneeling down on a chair, praying, folding her arms like this. And I found myself doing the very same thing. After a church service, we'll go to the microphones where the preacher was holding. Me and my younger brother will imitate the preachers.
Parents.
Yeah, the parents. Move around with the microphone.
Making a call to the chairs.
Empty chairs. Practicing.
Yeah.
And this influenced me where even in my bedroom as I was growing up, I will take a roll on. I will use it as a microphone.
But you needed to be holding something.
Yeah, I wanted something to hold. So I will start doing that, believing that I've got a call. And it came to a stage where I shared the vision, because every time, most of the time, I would see myself preaching. Maybe it's because of the influence, but it started to affect my dreams. I would see myself preaching the love of ministry. So I told my parents and said, you know what, this is what is happening in my life. Then they said, if it's a call of God, it will show up. Just continue. I continued. I was very popular in the small township where we come from, and there was a time where I decided to accept Jesus Christ. And I raised my hand, and I raised my both hands, and I followed my father to accept Jesus. So I have accepted Jesus, Bishop. Jesus lives in my heart, Bishop.
Hallelujah.
Amen.
Hallelujah. At least your father did it for you.
Yes. So after I've accepted Jesus, that I was doing my matric by then I came to Pretoria Tech. It was Pretoria Tech by then, to enroll for HR, human resource. Then I studied for 1 year. Then the following year, I felt I wanted to go to the Bible college. And I diverted. I sharp a short left. I went to Soshanguve. I stayed there for about 3 years. And when I got to the Bible college, when you go to Bible college, you've got this picture of thinking that in Bible college you find holiness.
You find God there.
You've got this thing and say, no, in the Bible college you find God there. Guess what, Bishop? Yeah, it was another thing. Character.
Yeah.
You meet different kind of character. Yeah. That is the reason you can go to a Bible college, but that does not make you a pastor. To be a pastor, it has to be from the heart. So while I was at the Bible college, there were a lot of challenges as a teenager. You have to sharpen your character. But I thank God for the Apostolic Faith Mission. They taught us quality doctrine. They taught us how to be a community leader, because one thing in the Bible college, they won't teach you how to prophesy people, but I thought that was what I was gonna get. I thought that that's what I was gonna get, the power, you know, this power where you love to demonstrate, coming from a charismatic movement where if you attend a revival of a guest speaker who comes and pray for an empty chair and he says whosoever touches the empty chair will fall down. I mean, I could see that, and I thought that was coming from the Bible college. So we prayed in the chapel all night looking for power, shouting, God, where are you?
And power did not come.
Power did not come, Bishop. Power did not come, Bishop.
Okay.
Yes. Then from then, I finished, graduated. Then after graduating, I felt, let me start a church. Because I come from a family, everybody thought that I will go back and submit under my father. But I realized and said, you know what, let me go and have my own experience of the field. I don't want to sit down under what my father has worked for himself. I don't see my success in his shadow. I wanted to stand for what God has called me for. I went to Pretoria, Bishop. I stayed in Pretoria CBD, and we hired a hall there. Then we started to recruit people. You know, when you start a church, usually you'll go to people who know you so that you can cast the vision with them. This is what I have. I went to different families, especially those we come with from Limpopo. I thought it would be easy for them to support. So once we started the church, others started to move, to withdraw. They felt, no, they can't be associated with this. But by that time, I was fresh from the Bible college. So the church started to attract some few people. And it was growing, but not the way I was expecting. Because I thought to grow a church, actually I thought having a church is to have multitude of people. I was looking at the numbers.
And the numbers must translate into money. Into
money, yes. You understand? So people were not coming, people were not tithing, but I was surviving.
But so, not to your expectation.
Yeah, not to my expectation, because when I look around, I see these prophets, these big guys who are really making it. So I decided to do multiple revival, thinking that the revival will bring the impact. I did not know that God is the one that adds people in a church on a season. God will not bring people if you are immature. God will not bring people to lead them astray. So I wanted the crowd, but where will I take them? So I called people to come. These prophets who were doing miracles, I was associated with them with one intention. I wanted what they have, and I looked down on what I had. So I was not satisfied with only preaching, Bishop, because you know, when you preach only, people shout amen. You don't see them falling down. Then you doubt whether you are fully called.
You are called.
Yeah, or you called yourself.
They say many are called, but a few are frozen.
Yeah.
We'll be coming back right after the break. We want to hear all about the story of Pastor Ramabulane here as he's pursuing the ministry and how his journey led him far and wide from Ghana to Nigeria, looking for power and money. Don't go away. There you have it. Welcome back. Pastor Ramabulane opens up a small church in Pretoria, tries to look for membership, and the church is not growing as fast as he wanted it to grow. Yeah. Bigger boys are doing it and are making it town. You, Masekela, the boy is doing it and you are not doing it. It's not coming through.
Yeah.
What did that lead you to?
It's not happening. It brought pressure because as a young pastor, you know, you look around on how other young ministers are making it in the field, and we look at material success as one way that describes that you are really called. I mean, I did not believe that I'm called to struggle. I remember on our third year, most of the pastors, when they spoke about their vision, you could hear in their language that they were looking for mega churches. We had this thing in our mind. I think we were destroyed by what we see on television, this American gospel that came with prosperity, mega churches. You know, in the olden days, a pastor will stand on the pulpit stationary. But when this American gospel came, you move around. You understand? Like you are in power.
Bit of English.
Yeah, a bit of English there and there.
Some keyboards and everything else.
Yeah, with the keyboard background.
Yeah, the
shouting there.
The spirit is here now.
I feel it now.
Return to sender.
Yeah. so that's the picture of church that I had in mind, and I was so impatient. So when these guys who were moving around, they did not have a church. They moved around in towns doing the crusade, collecting money, tents. And I remember I attended one tent where they spoke and they preached because they used their charisma, their gift, to attract people. And once people are attracted by your gift, they take your pocket. They tell you to search your pocket. I remember we attended one crusade where people were forced to give whatever they had, as in money, and now it came to the watches. Take off your watches. It was like a day robbery. Take off your watches, cell phone, take it out, take your SIM card. Now I was watching.
Put everything here.
Put everything here. Your shoes now. God wants your shoes.
Man.
Bishop, people were taking their expensive shoes. Take off your wig to women. Brazilian hair. Take every... Bishop, I saw that. And to me, I thought this is the power of God. What makes this congregation to give like this must be God. And the pastor collected everything, put it in the car boot. And we went, and he said that was a successful crusade. Not counting how many souls accepted Jesus, but he was counting how many wigs he collected, how many envelopes he collected, how many watches he collected, how many cell phones he collected. So I was so impressed. Then I said, I need this kind of power. And by association, I was with them. They started to trust me because I will organize girls for them. You know.
What are you saying now?
Yes, Bishop.
What are you saying now?
Yes, Bishop. These pastors, before they can pitch a tent in a location, they have to have girlfriends there after the pulpit, where they stay in a hotel or a motel or a guest house. There are girls that will transport after the crusade, after the service, for the pastor to have a good time, because they were addicted in sex. And not just sex, they will sleep as in orgy, where you find multiple people having sex in one room, and the following day they will go and minister and preach. So I was introduced into that kind of world. And
you became a pimp, basically, because you were the one organizing the girls.
Bishop.
I mean, polite. I'm saying so.
Yeah, no, politely.
Yeah, you know,
nearly.
Literally.
Yeah, no.
You need, because you also want success.
Yes.
And if this is what happens,
yes,
successful.
Yes.
You as a young pastor, you found yourself in that space.
And what shocked me was their lifestyle did not correspond with what they were preaching. They were very powerful in the pulpit, but their lifestyle was very corrupt. And by being faithful in saving them, that is when they started to reveal and say, we can connect you to get power so that your church can grow. So I started to inquire more about this particular power. Because if you can look at how this system operates, you find somebody who is a keyboardist.
Keyboard player.
Yeah, a keyboard player today, moving with them in a tent. After 2 years, the keyboard players now become a prophet somewhere. Now, it is because they take you, they train you as you are part of the team. You have a thinking that tomorrow I will also pastor my own church. So by saving them,
initiated.
Yeah, by saving them, it was a walkthrough to be initiated. Now they told me that I have to go to Nigeria, but before then they gave me certain things to use in the local church, the black soap, and they said that with the black soap, every Saturday night before you go to church, you should start washing it on your crown. Yes, and you speak whatever that you want. and by so doing, whatever you say, it will happen. And I used it one night on a Saturday, and I said, you know what, I want when I come to church to have authority. You know, as a young pastor, that is the reason you see a lot of young ministers. They've got so much authority to an old woman or an old person who is an educated person. But when he speaks, everybody just bows. It is because of the spiritual power the person possesses. So I started to using those things, and I could feel change, Bishop. When I enter, when I talk, people will listen to me, and they will agree, say yes, yes, yes. Now, I wanted more. The time came, and I said...
The soap was not enough.
The soap was not enough because it was getting finished.
But you felt there should be something more than just the soap.
Yeah, I felt, no, there's something, but I want more.
Okay.
Because in my mind, I did not want something that I can use, it can get finished. I said, you know what, I want to have the engine of power in my own house. That is the difference with those who go and get oils and those who are making the oils. So I wanted that level of making things. So I traveled, I went to Nigeria. When we arrived there, we find an old man.
You by yourself or with some senior pastors?
No, the senior pastor.
The same crew?
Yeah, the same crew. Because you can't
Are they still in ministry, these guys?
Yeah, they're still in ministry. They've been sending me messages. They've been threatening me. Yeah, they're still in ministry. They said, because you are tired, why do you expose this? And I said, you know what, this is part of my rehabilitation. This is part of my own deliverance. I have to say this so that God can totally deliver me. We arrived in Nigeria, Bishop. When we arrived in Nigeria, it was my first time. I went to Nigeria. We went
Lagos.
to Lagos, the airport, very hot. When you land there, it's very hot. That place, people were shouting. You know Nigeria. Yeah. Even now, even if it's late, people are busy moving in Lagos. It's up and down.
Doesn't sleep Lagos.
Yeah. We ride, we took the Okada, but when we arrived, we took a private cab, and the small boys were there shouting, pure water. They are selling pure water, pure water. Oh, it's just crazy, Lagos, just crazy. And when we came to our guest house, we were welcomed, and I told them that I'm from South Africa, and I'm a pastor. And they just looked on at each other and say, we know you are here for power. It's like it's normal for them to see foreign pastors coming there. And for one purpose, when you see a lot of pastors flocking to these Western countries, I'm telling you, there's something that they are getting there, which they are not getting here in South Africa. So once we were there, the following morning, we drove to the village, and we met one man. He uses, it's called Ifa.
Ife.
Yeah.
It's Ife.
Yeah, Ife.
Ife.
Yeah, okay, Bishop. Yes. Yeah, it's Ife. It's different from our own traditional doctors, how they do consulting. Usually you'll go locally, they throw bones down. So there they don't throw bones. You just took it's a board, and there are two ways. It's either it's a board with sand, and you will just draw the lines like this. When you draw the lines, you'll be able to look at the board, and he will predict you. He will tell you things.
From the board. Yeah,
from the board. Then the other one is like it's a chain with some cowries. Then you just throw that chain there, and you will be able to predict. So he did those to. He was saying that he was checking my star, whether what I want is aligned with what. Yeah, with who I am. So he checked my star, and he predicted. He gave me accurate prediction that I come from a family, and I'm the firstborn. He gave me good prediction. And when I looked at this old man, and in my mind I said, if this man can carry a Bible, put on a suit with a Bible, and come to South Africa, he will pass the very big church.
He will beat all of you guys.
Yes. Because of his level of accuracy.
Who is excited to hear their own history from a foreign man?
Yeah, I mean, I was shocked. Before this thing can be popular in South Africa, it hit me in Nigeria. That's the reason I know how they do these things. These pastors, they take your name during the week, and they go and consult to traditional doctors. They take a list, go and consult, get information, come and present it to you as a prophecy on Sunday on the pulpit. So they've inquired a lot about you. And when we finished there, he said that what I want, I must meet the witches that are controlling the world. And you know, Bishop Maponga, I grew up on the street. I'm streetwise. I know if this is a scam, and I know if this is real. So I wanted to check if this is real. I said, it's fine. You can call the witches. Then we organized that, no, at night I should come, because I was staying closer. At night we came. You know what, Bishop? We were in a room like this. You enter. There was nobody, literally. Then after entering, they said I must move out. They gave me the key, they locked, I stood there. After some time, they said, no.
Come in.
Yeah, the witches have accepted you, come in. Bishop, when I came in...
Back into the room.
Yeah, it's a room like this, it's closed, it's wall, and you could see, there's just fire there, candles. When I came in, Bishop, I saw old people with white hair, wearing white, like white clothes. There were many, about 12, seated there. I don't know where they came, how they came, because they gave me a key and said, you sit there. Now, when they came, they said, these are the witches that controls the world. They are called white witches. Said, in the witches fraternity, there are two groups. There is the black witches and there's the white witches. Now, the black witches are the ones that are punishing people, like accident, like all those sickness. Now, the white witches are the ones who are able to communicate with the black witches so that the black witches can remove the curse from the person. So now, what you want as a pastor, you will use the power of the white witches. Now, they educated me on that. Now, when they gave me a message about this is Nigeria. When they gave me a message about these white witches, what they want, it was too expensive. They wanted a lot of things, and I felt, you know what, I can't afford this.
What are they demanding?
They don't give you a price, but they give you, like, they need the heart of camels, 12 heart of camels, 3 heart of lions. They spoke those things. Now, when you sit down and you calculate where are you going to get those things, then they'll tell you, no, there's a market here. We'll calculate according to our market here where you can get those things.
They're available.
Yeah, they're available.
You just bring your money.
You just bring your money. So when they calculate, it was a huge amount, Bishop. Then I said, I don't have this because of the number of the things that they were requiring. Then they said, okay, it's fine. We can also give you what we call the money ritual. Because you don't have money, we can give you money ritual.
Go and create the money.
Yeah.
Then you come and meet up the obligations.
Yes. They said, we can give you a money ritual now. Then I said, what is money ritual? They say, you call it miracle money. A lot of pastors, they have this thing, it's called miracle money, but here we call it the money ritual. Then I said to them, yeah, can you do this money ritual? Because when I came, they said I must bring a big bag. You know, this, we call it Ghana must go. In their language, they call it Ghana must go. Here in South Africa, it's Machangani bag. Yeah, the big said, bring it, we're gonna bless you with something to take home. Now, we went to another room. It's a traditional pot, big like this.
Hold it right there. Hearts of lions, hearts of camels, Mashangani bags and everything else. White witches appearing in a room. The man is looking for power, a pastor of the Christian church on his journey. Yeah, this is also Shuba. Let's hear more from Pastor Ramabulane. What happened when he entered the other room and there was a big bucket there? Don't go away. Boom! Pastor Ramabulane gets a shock of his life. He walks in a room and finds the room is full of people that he did not live there. And then they were going to give you a money ritual.
Yes.
Here you are now with a big bag. Ghana must go, a Mashangani bag. What were you supposed to put in that bag?
In the bag, they promised that I'll put the money that the spirits will give me.
So you carry the bag with you. It's still empty by then.
Yeah, it's still empty. Now we are going.
But this is the amount of money you're going to be carrying.
Yes, they told me that you must bring the biggest bag that you can.
That you can find.
Yeah, the spirits will give you money.
Wow.
So that you should use that money. I believe that, and now we went to this room. It's locked also, locked. Small room with traditional pot, big traditional. You know, the clay, the pots that are made with clay,
yeah.
Big ones. Now, they took something that looked like powder, and there was a small window there. They took something like powder and put it there, and they speak their incantation. speak the incantation. Then they said I should close the. Before I could close the door, I must cover with a white cloth. Must cover those pots with a white cloth. I cover it with a white cloth. Then they said I must move out. And remember, when you enter those rooms, you knock 3 times. You don't just, there's some principles. You knock 3 times. Then after knocking, you enter by reverse. You don't enter looking. You enter like backwards. Yeah, that's what I did. Then from then I closed there. Then after closing, I stayed at the door because they said you must stay here. After some time, they said now the spirits have accepted your prayers. Go there, open. I unlocked. Bishop, when I opened that door, those pots, 3 of them, they were full to capacity with money, fresh money. If somebody could have brought that money, I could have seen him passing by. Or if he brought it by window, but it's a small window, nobody can enter there. Full of money. Then I looked, and it's not Nigerian dollar.
US dollars.
US dollars, South African dollars, South African rands. Now, they just open small, like open and you see it. Then I'm so excited. And I said, can I take this? I said, no, you can't. This money must be cleansed. If you can take it like this, it will be a problem to your family. It will start to kill people. Now, they said this money must be cleansed. Okay, cleansed how? You need to do some rituals for you to clean this money. Now I'm confused, Bishop. 2 things. I saw those witches. Now this is money and I can't afford. You understand?
Money they're looking for, but here is it.
Yeah, here is the man. But in my mind, I said, no, man. If these people are looking for money, why can't they just take this money and use it? They said, no, we can't use this money. It must be cleansed. Now, I said to them, what must I do now? They said, no, if you don't afford all this, then you must join, like to be part of the family. Then to join, what is it that is needed? To join, you need a goat, a chicken. They do all those rituals for you to be part of the family. Now, once you have joined, you are part of the secret society. Now, when you are part of the secret society, there will be some benefits that you will get there, and you'll also have to be loyal to them by sending money that you are making wherever you are. So that's...
You get an initiation.
Yeah, you get initiated.
To have access to the family.
Yes. Now, I accepted to join, and I bought all that was needed.
The goats and everything.
The goats, yes, and gin, dry gin and everything. And the day came where I was going to be initiated. They called.
How long were you in Nigeria? Was it a week or 2?
I think it was more of 2 weeks, but I've been in and out Nigeria.
Okay.
Because
but for this ritual?
Yeah, for this year it was about 2 weeks. Then they slaughtered. You have to call your name, your parents' name. You are a son of so and so. You have to give them your date of birth, and they have to do a ritual where they connect you with your star. That's what they said. So they end up killing a dog. A dog was sacrificed there.
A dog?
A dog, yes. A dog was sacrificed on what they believed it was the god of iron, which represents the devil. There were 3 types of altars there: the god of thunder, the god of iron, and the marine, the water spirit. Now, the god of thunder, it was the one that you just sent fire. You know, this thing of vuta. You just see fire coming out here, and it eats everything. That's where they do that.
That's where they get the power there.
Yes, the power. And the god is the god of thunder. The god of iron they call it the devil. Yeah, now the devil is where you curse people. That is where this...
You die.
Yeah.
If you speak anything against me, you die.
Yeah, so if you hear somebody saying those things, and say, I mean, they know what they're going to do on that altar. That is where they sacrifice a dog. And they split the blood of the dog, and part of all the sacrifice you have to eat. And it's mixed with muti. You eat, and before you eat, you bite, and you throw down. Then they take from down, they put it here, and they put it here. then you eat. I mean, you don't just eat. It is not a normal procedure. It has certain rules. Then from then, when you finish that comes a woman who comes into the room. They say close your eyes. I mean, a woman comes into the room, close your eyes. You just close your eyes, and they give you water. You drink. That's part of the initiation. So you don't know whether this water is part of her urine or is part of maybe her armpits. But you close your eyes when that woman comes. There's a woman.
She does what she does.
She does what she does.
She gives you water to
She
drink.
just gives you water to drink, and you just have to drink that.
And after eating a dog, why are you afraid of drinking water now?
Yes. So those are the procedures. Then there was a big pot where they said I will be cooked there. They put fire. It's a drum, steel drum with water, and you could see the steam coming out. You touch the steam, it's hot. And they said, now we're gonna put you there. But before, I was smeared with this muti. When they put me there, I could not feel the heat. The water was cold, literal cold. That's what happened. I stayed there for some.
They cooked you?
Yeah, they cooked me. They said, now we are cooking you so that no bullet will enter you. You'll be strong. That's what they said. So after that, they took me out. Then after taking me out, they took a machete, and that's where they did all these 3 signs here.
They cut you there.
Yeah, they cut me here, and the blood that came out of here was put into the cowries, and those cowries were thrown into the water to connect me with the water spirit. And they said, this is the sign to see.
But just show the people again. Maybe people might not believe it. Maybe zoom in there, gentlemen.
Yeah, they said
the man actually literally he has the
sign of
cut
the
on his
occult.
hand there of the occult. He's got 3 cuts on his hand that he
Yes.
got in that ceremony there.
Yes.
Wow.
And they said, with this sign, when you meet other business people in South Africa, when you meet pastors, if you see this sign, you must know they belong to the same cult. So once they see the sign, you greet each other with the left hand. And they said I must initiate others in South Africa because they want to have their own house here. They want to establish their own headquarters here. And I asked them, how will that happen? So no, people who want power, people who want wealth, you initiate them and you get a stand or a house. That will be our temple there, so that every month will be coming there. Then I came back. They gave me a head of a pig so that it will attract people. And it was smelling because in Nigeria it's very hot. It was smelling. And when it started to smell at the airport, people were not comfortable. But in Nigeria, coming here, it was easy. I mean, Nigerians, most of them, they take their traditional herbs, they come with them here. When we arrived at the OR Tambo, the pastor who took me there was able to bribe the officers there so that we can just pass. And we passed, we came to the church, we buried it.
How did you do that?
We're using a tent. So
a tent?
Yeah. So it was easy to dig at night, just to bury it there.
Inside the church?
Yeah, inside. They said you should
Why
bury it.
Why a head of a pig now?
They said the head of a pig is, I don't know why specifically the pig, but it says when it gets rotten, it will be how it will attract people. So I don't know why specific a pig. Then when within 2 months after I've buried it, Bishop, I started to see people coming. You know, this I just have to tell you the truth. This thing is like you can see what you want to see, the result.
It works.
Yes. People were coming, Bishop. I saw people coming. But people who were coming, they were not coming to be Christians. They were not coming for the word of God.
They were attracted by something else.
Yeah, they were attracted by something else. When you preach, they are not there, but they don't tithe. But they are able to buy an oil that costs 5,000 rand. Yes, a person, she's working and her salary is 5,000 and tithe is about 500. They don't tithe, but they can buy an oil that costs 5,000.
So you need to have things that you are selling.
Yeah, you need to have merchandise now. Starting
bangles, rings, stickers,
yes.
oils.
By that time, I was just selling oils and
water.
different types of oils and water. And we will also go to people's house to strengthen their houses, so that they can continue to buy the oils. So I was not satisfied, Bishop. Then I moved to Congo. I moved to Congo, that is Democratic Republic of Congo, and that's where I met a half human being, half crocodile. It's called Mamba Muntu. I went to an island there, it's called Congolo. And when I arrived in that island, it's normal. Those people there, their level of civilization, it is not like us. I remember we traveled to, there's also a village of short people.
The Hottentots.
Yeah, you short people, yes. You find them there. It's their village. We arrived there in that village, and once we arrived there, they cooked even a monkey. They eat monkey there. Not as a ritual, but as food.
That's part of the food.
Yeah, that's part of the food. So they were so excited to see us there. And it's a mountainous place. So there was this myth in that area that one of the caves there in that mountain, it can open up and they are able to receive gifts like bicycles, cell phones. That is their mentality there. Gifts, cell phones and other things when that cave opens. So in that place, you would hear some sound at night. And there's no mine. But you would hear this strange sound
in the mountains there.
On the mountains, yes. Then we went. I said, no, I want to see this cave. We climbed the cave. We went to the cave. Now, if you can enter a dark place, Bishop, for a while,
your eyes.
Yeah, your eyes will adjust and you'll start to see. So we entered there. It was dark when we entered, but after some time, we were able to see each other there. You understand? Now, to them, that was the sign that the spirits is welcoming us. Now it's the wall is about to open up. No man, I saw these people. I said, you know what? My level of education tells me this. It won't happen. They are talking about bicycles that are coming from the sea with white people. I just thought these are missionaries. You know, sometimes when they see these white missionaries going there with the boat with clothes, they think they are people from the sea. According to their level of education, because they see white people, they've never seen white people, and they tell you a story and say there are people who are coming there from the water. They give us clothes, they give us cell phones. But Bishop, when I said them, I said, no man,
doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen. These ones are talking about missionaries from America coming here to give to the poor. Now they took me also to what they call the Porte d'Affaires. It's called the door of the world, Porte d'Affaires. They said there also it opens up. I wanted to see these mysterious places. Now, what shocked me the most, it's when we went to this guy. It's called Washington. This guy, Bishop, when he consults you, they speak French there. They don't know English. He will take a white powder, he will throw it up, he will smear it. As a man, he starts to speak like an old woman. You see even the face, Bishop, that's what I saw. Changing, the voice changing, the posture changing. Now, this man was now starting to speak like an old woman. And they said, no, wait. This man, they call, is gonna connect with a demon called Washington. And to them, demons, they are not the way we portray them. Them demons are powerful spirits that gives them good things. They say you will call Washington. Then he called this Washington spirit. I could hear the house shaking. The man changed. He started to speak English, American English. They said, this is Washington from America. He's now going to speak with you. I spoke with the man English.
Clean English. Clean English,
Bishop. Then from then, all right, we went, because I was testing the houses. I wanted power. Went to this one. This one, he said he will call the Mamba Muntu from the water there. They said I must write, and I wrote in English a letter, what I want. They said I must fold it, put it under my pillow, sleep. The following day, take the letter without opening it, put it inside water. When I put it inside water, I could see some writings appearing there. it is normal that if something is written and it's closed, once the paper get wet, it will start to show.
The ink starts coming out.
The ink, start to come out. Now, I took that thing out, Bishop. I opened it. It was a reply of what I've said, and it was written in English. And remember, I slept over it. Written in English, and they told me that I should bring a silver coin, and I should bring some other, what do you call? You know, there are some nuts, traditional nuts. Yes, I should bring those things, and I will meet the Mamba Mutu at night. Then I said, it's fine, those things I can organize. We organized, we went there at night. I thought they were playing. The man stood there in the river, and he started to speak. When he spoke from a distance, I could hear water splashing. It was at night. People in that village, they frequent. It was a lot of people. Everyone is doing his own things. Witches. It's like it's a village of witches.
It's a marketplace.
Yeah, it's a marketplace.
Of power.
Of power. Now, this thing is coming. The water splashing. It's coming my way. And said, look. That's where fear caught me. That's where fear caught me. I said, here.
You're in the marine world now.
Yeah, I'm in another world now. It came, that thing. It came. And the way the water splashing, nobody can swim like that. It's very fast. It came, and it came and stood here. And I could hear the way it breathed. This is not a human being. But they gave me the picture with their weights and said it's a half human being, it's a half crocodile. Now it held my hand here, baptized me 3 times at the back, put me in the water, in, out. Then from then it gave me something like an egg because I could not look at it. Then I said swallow. The man was telling me swallow. Then it did that. Then from then it moved. It went. Then from then I was shocked. I said, what have I seen now? Then they said, go and sleep. When I went to sleep, they gave me, a fat cook. A fat cook with crushed muti. They said, eat this. Then I ate that. Then they said, sleep. When I slept, it was like a replay. I saw myself waking up, leaving my body, going to meet people now. I met people, like people were talking and said, now you are welcome. Now I saw myself also going to the same river, doing the same thing, but I was asleep, but it was more of a replay. Now they said they gave me a perfume. They said when I bath, the water that I will bath with, I should spray that perfume and I should call Anita. The spirit that they gave me was called Anita. It's a marine spirit. Then I came back. When I came back, they said I should go to the nearest river and I should introduce that Anita. If I call Anita, I should spray it in the water. Then I will tell Anita that I want all the churches here to be closed. I want my church to grow. Every prayer, I made it by the riverside. Then we continue. I was not satisfied with that, Bishop. Now I realized and said, you know what? Other things, they've got tricks. That's where they started to say, no, other things will teach you the tricks. The tricks where if you want to, it's called balozi. You know, there are people here, they said balozi. It's like you just talk with
whistling.
Yeah, yes, Bishop. And they said, no, you must use balozi to prophesy to people. And I said, what is this balozi? But they don't call it balozi there. They just say the spirit is whistling with this thing. You try to hear where this thing coming from. Now they gave me something like a coin, Bishop. This thing, they say you put it here, inside your nose. It was so round like this. Say you put it here, then you control your breath. Once you breathe through your nose, that sound will come and it will make this certain sound. I tried to do it, Bishop. I remember one of my consultation, I would say to people, I'm coming. Then I'll go there and
Rama looking for power.
Bishop, looking for power.
Time is flying. You come back from Congo.
Yes.
So you bathed saw the half moon to half crocodiles.
Yes, Bishop.
Drank what you had to drink, eat what you had to eat. Yes. And you came back, and what happened after that?
Then when I came back, Bishop, people were coming, looking for success. I will sell them the oils. Then one day, as I was seated there, 3 policemen came. They said, we are looking for Makhado. Then I said, it's me. Because people were coming for consultation from 4 o'clock in the morning. And I will stop consulting around 12 o'clock. Now, per night, it was a queue of people. And police came and said, we are looking for Makhado. I said, yeah, I am. I said, no, you are under arrest because of mutilation case, dealing with human body parts.
You need to move very fast. We have 5 minutes left.
All right, yes.
We've not even started doing your books, so
yes.
Summarize the whole story, your prison story, coming out, your repentance, and let's do some adverts. We might have to call you for another day and we redo some other issues.
Yes, Bishop. Now, I went to prison, then I knew that I was not involved, then they acquitted me from the case. Then while I was in prison, I said, you know what, I need God to give me a second chance. I prayed, I accepted Jesus. On my coming out, I went home, I confessed, I took all these things, I banned them. And I wrote a letter to the Apostolic Faith Mission where I said, you know what, I need to be reinstated. They said, before you can be reinstated, you have to go and serve. I stayed, I served, and after serving, I was reordained. And there was a church in Sebokeng, Apostolic Faith Mission. They were looking for a pastor. I submitted my CV. Then I was chosen to be the presiding pastor there. So that's the story of my life.
We are halfway, and you were